dia teguh mendukung harapan agung negara, penyahu seruan wawasan negara, unggul di mata dunia. Langkah seiring mengejar cita di hari muka, kan terus maju bersama menuju cahaya ketulusan jiwa, semangat berusaha, unggul di mata dunia. Ke puncak menara dituju, keunggulan cita yang luhur, melangkah kita bersama, bersatu, bersinar permata negara, dikagumi serata dunia, selamanya akan gemilang di persada dunia multimedia. Langkah seiring mengejar cita di hari muka, kan terus maju bersama menuju cahaya ketulusan jiwa, semangat berusaha, unggul di mata dunia. Ke puncak menara dituju, keunggulan cita yang luhur, melangkah kita bersama, bersatu, bersinar permata negara, dikagumi serata dunia, selamanya akan gemilang di persada dunia multimedia. Terunggu di mata dunia.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Assalamualaikum and welcome to Alumni Vibe, and I am your host today, Aida Nabila, and we are now on Facebook as well as YouTube MMU Malaysia. Thank you for watching our show, and I'm very, very happy to have all of you today. And today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic, that is assistive technology powered by artificial intelligence. I believe everyone is wondering what are we going to discuss about it today. And definitely I am not alone. I am definitely not alone. I am accompanied by a dean and a professor from the Mahindra Engineering College at Malasamudra, Namakkal Taluk, India. And interesting fact about him is that he's taken his PhD before in Malaysia and specifically in Multimedia University under the Faculty of Science and Technology in the class of 2010. And right now he holds the title of Doctor of Philosophy, Information Technology. So let us welcome Professor Dr. Andrew Samraj. Hi, good morning, Doctor. Good morning, Prof.
Very good morning. Very good morning to all of you, Ida, and others, those who have joined this.
Yeah, Doctor Prof, I heard that right now in India it's morning, is it?
Yeah, it's morning. Very good morning. Selamat pagi.
Oh wow, you still remember it. You've been here before and still remember it. Wow, very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because right now you are morning, but us we are evening because of the time difference. So right now I am quite hot right now. I'm sure you are very cold in the morning. Okay.
Okay.
And then also, I mean, because right, India and Malaysia, we have a 2 hours and a half time difference. So
Yes,
we are live
yes.
in morning in India, but in Malaysia, we are evening. So yeah, everyone is very energetic in India right now. So thank you, Prof, for joining us today. We are very happy to have you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
And we're not alone with Doctor also. We have also students, not only from MMU Malaysia. We are accompanied by Kozi Shan, Muhammad Hazwan Arif, and Unjia Lee from MMU Malaysia, as well as we have students from India, from the Mahindra Engineering College also. We have Nanda Kumar and Raghupati, who is from India. So hi everyone. How are you guys doing? You guys doing great. Just show me a thumbs up. All right. Okay, I hope our students from India, you guys are energetic because I know it's very early in the morning, but you guys have come here to join us. So thank you very much. So, Prof, today we are going to discuss the topic about assistive technology powered by artificial intelligence. And I believe this is very interesting, but people can interpret it as something complicated because when they heard artificial intelligence, they'll be like, oh, what is artificial intelligence? And when they heard assistive technology, oh, what is that? They have so many questions. So let us talk about it today. Okay, Prof?
Yes,
Okay.
you're welcome.
All right. So, to begin the topic, I believe we should go with the very basic question that everyone wants to know. That is the first one. What is assistive technology and what is artificial intelligence? And what do you mean by artificial intelligence based assistive technology?
Very good. Very wonderful. And the initial question is very nice. Ida and others, just want to tell you, in those days, people are thinking assistive technology is something like treatment for those who are disabled and to help them by presenting them a wheelchair or something like that. But actually, assistive technology is not only that. It has more than that. You know the difference between a black and white movie and a color movie, right? So in those days, we are watching black and white movie, and later the color has started coming in. Similarly, the assistive technology was something like a black and white movie earlier. And as soon as the artificial intelligence joined it, it becomes like a color movie. So there is no limit for its reach. So it is helping not only disabled people, but it is helping normal people also. So it's called augmentation of human power. So artificial intelligence is an augmentation to assistive technology. So assistive technology helps especially disabled people and physically challenged people, and also people those who require additional power or additional equipment to do something which a common man cannot do. So that is what assistive technology and artificial intelligence based assistive technology.
Interesting. So it's like a combination of those two to help disabled people, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And I heard that we're going to talk like the artificial intelligence and also assistive technology. There's a lot of area in it, and some of we are going to cover today. So, what are the area that we are going to cover today, Prof, for this topic?
Actually, there is, as you said, there is so many areas. There is no limits to the area which the artificial intelligence can go in. But with respect to assistive technology, and as I told you earlier, it can be used for the challenged people as well as for the normal people. So if you consider that, I have selected some categories. First one is education, and then recreation, treatments like clinical treatments, and also transportation and military, and even for education purpose, we can use artificial intelligence based assistive technology.
Interesting. Oh, I heard we're going to touch also about military. That is very interesting because we never really know much about assistive technology based artificial intelligence in military. This is going to be a very fun discussion. But I guess let's start with something very simple, something that everyone can relate. Let us go with education first. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
So, what is artificial intelligence based assistive technology in education, Prof?
right. You can see my slides. You can. I've given some points for you in education, especially online education. So the coverage of online education can be augmented through assistive technology. That means people with the conventional style of attending the classroom may not have the facility. Let us say, for example, a sign language. People, those who are having problem in hearing and speaking, need a sign language assistance. So you could have watched in televisions or in interview while a person is talking, then somebody along with him or in a picture-in-picture based window will appear and where they will be explaining what he's talking in the sign language. I think everyone knows that. So, but that thing is not possible during online. So we need to have another addition or another person. So instead of adding another person, what we can do is when we go through this kind of artificial intelligence based assistive technology, there should be a mechanism. There will be a mechanism that automatically convert whatever we are talking into sign language, and that can be displayed to the people, those who are included in the classroom. So that is one basic thing. Not only that, but artificial intelligence is working on some selective evaluations. Evaluations need some supports because, when a teacher and the student are in face-to-face, the teacher knows that the capacity to understand the student's performance is very clear and easy. Whereas when we are in remote, it's very difficult. We need to only depend on the answer sheets or some kind of evaluation mechanisms or medium in between. So artificial intelligence helps there also to support evaluation by means of special algorithms that is being keep track of the student's performance from the beginning, and it learns from the patterns. It learns from the patterns, and it helps the teacher to do a better evaluation.
Interesting. And while you were explaining it, there's a student here named Kozishan. She wants to ask you a questions. Kozishan?
Okay.
Hi, Prof.
Hi.
So, what are more examples for the university for this assistive
Okay.
technologies?
All right. Thank you for reminding me about it. And as you asked, there is so many other items also. Let us say, for example, various levels of evaluation. You know that you people are very much interested in playing video games, right? So in video games, there is multiple levels. Level 1 is simpler, level 2 is a little bit difficult, and level 3 is much difficult. So only when a person completes the level 1, he or she can go to the level 2, right? So that is possible when the player is performing well in the video games. But whereas in classroom or in the online evaluation system, it is very difficult for the teacher to remember all the students' performance at the same time, and not only based on the current evaluation results, the teacher can elevate a student to the next level. Not only a student-teacher relationship, but also in selections like government examinations or selecting officers. This kind of supporting system will help. That means the artificial intelligence system will learn along with the teacher about the students from the beginning, and it keeps track of the levels and capacity of the students. So one point of time, if there is any requirement for elevating the students to the next level or selection based on the performance of the students in their evaluation so far, or selecting the students for job or promotion, this system will help. This system will support from the beginning until the day of the evaluation. So that kind of system is more scientific and more justified and more truthful in selecting for elevation. So that is also possible through artificial intelligence.
That is true, Prof. I mean, we don't really know about it, but you explaining, I can clearly see the picture how artificial intelligence based assistive technology can actually help in education, evaluation the students, and helping the student in class. So we can see that in the future, if we are developing it, we can help the student who, especially the disabled student. So that's about
Yes.
education. So let's go to the other area, which a very interesting one is recreation. So how about recreation, Prof?
Yeah, so we are, as I told you, we are learning or we are playing with many video games. Video games has their own impact on the students or the players. Those who are playing will be much, I can say that they may get addicted to the games. So there is a possibility for that also. I have published and did a lot of research on that also. And if everything goes positive, that's good. As you all know, there is a limit for everything, right? Even good things should have some limits. And so, one of my co-researcher also found the time the students working on the video games by simply sitting at one place make them very obese in later ages. So that is also possible. So there are some adverse efforts like that. And also there is psychological efforts also, psychological effects based on the video games. So we can take the positive part of it. We can do a lot of entertainment with that. We can do a lot of education. So we can call it as edutainment. And innotainment is also there. That means the video games can invoke or can create the innovativeness inside the students. That is also possible. So all these things are possible by knowing the response from the players and changing the game according to their interest. So that is possible through the artificial intelligence. So the levels or the environment, the direction of the game can be changed. And so that we can understand the interest of the student. And later we can divert them to study more towards that direction so that they can excel in that area. That is one possible thing. And another thing, the artificial intelligence with assistive technology. Let us say, for example, you and me are going to a recreation park or maybe Tamandesa, somewhere, water park or somewhere. So we can take a ride on a slide or through a tunnel and other things. But some people with physical disabilities cannot do that, right? So the design has to be changed to suit them accordingly. Otherwise, sometimes the slide can throw them outside. So based on the weight and based on their structure, there are mechanisms to change the slides or tilt its directions according to the player.
According to
Intelligence. So artificial intelligence helps them using assistive technology to enjoy the game. So that kind of recreation is also there for so that everybody included in the recreation.
True, that is true, Doctor, Prof. Because disabled people sometimes they are not really able to play how normal people can play, especially in recreation, as you mentioned
Yes.
just now. And sharing about that, I can see one of the student, Hazan Arif. You want to ask Prof something?
Yes, hello, Prof. My
Yes,
question
yes.
is, do you know what other assistive technology on recreation is going to be produced in the near future?
Yeah, there is a lot of things in that. As I told you, we can identify the students' interest based on the games that they are playing and also the time they're spending on it and also the choices they are giving. Now there is a lot of cases coming in due to the adverse effort of the video games. So say many students or many children are committing suicide or they're getting hurt by themselves and they're getting some kind of syndrome they develop inside. So all these things can be eradicated using artificial intelligence. So when we know the game is directly making them addiction, so the artificial intelligence warn the parents or the supplier, the service provider. Otherwise, the game itself changes its activities, changes its direction so that the addiction may not happen. So that is also possible. There is a lot of research going on inside. So that kind of assistive technology is already started coming inside that games, especially when they're using some kind of equipment so their fingers should not get numb due to the long time of playing. So all that kind of researches are going on. So that will be a more helpful thing in the future for students, I think.
I agree with you, Prof, because right now most of us, because of the pandemic, all of us are at home. So sometimes we might spend a lot of our time playing games non-stop,
Yeah.
sometimes the whole day. Even sometimes my cousins are playing for a very long time. It can be an addiction. And I think not only myself, but some of the students here, I believe you guys are
Everyone.
playing for a very long time. So hearing that
Yes.
it is possible, then it'll be very good for the future because it can stop us from having such addiction to games,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
All right. So we have more areas to cover, but let's take a quick break before we cover another area of artificial intelligence-based assistive technology. So let's have a
Yes.
quick break and watch Permata Dunia update. Apa khabar Permata Dunia?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Al Nazri bin Asilin and I am graduated with Bachelor in Accounting class of 2018. So currently I'm working as Analyst Performance Management at Telecom Malaysia Berhad, and my job mainly deals with analysing financial performance for group. To recap back, my study experience in MMU, besides study, I joined a lot of events that actually helped me a lot in building up my character. So through event, it helped me a lot in building up my communication skills, my networking skill, and also my event management skill, and it is really helpful for me. So for that, thank you MMU for giving me that opportunities.
Hi everybody, my name is Sin Ting. I studied electronics engineering in MMU and I'm now a lecturer in Faculty of Engineering and Technology in MMU. Having earned my engineering degree in MMU has equipped me with strong engineering foundations, and with that I could confidently pursue my master's study in biomedical engineering. I have summarized two main points about my study experiences in MMU. First, high quality content. Our course structure is in line with Washington Accord, and our engineering degrees are recognized in many countries such as China, the United States, Singapore, Australia, and Canada. Second, the exposure. As a student in MMU, I was given many chances to participate in various competitions and industrial collaborations. I remember having participated in one of the Nokia competitions with my classmate, and that was where we learned how to develop a phone apps. And those are my MMU experiences. What about yours? Perhaps you can share them with us as well. Thank you and goodbye.
I think for future graduates who are inspired to set up their own company, I think the best tips that I can give is while you are here learning about the industry, learn as much as possible. In fact, you should be exploring a lot more. Go to online, go to networkings, just explore how things are done out there and get as much as possible experience basically.
Tips, study hard, and of course you have to find your passion and try to connect dengan you punya group mates in a way, and find those who have similar passion as well, and really learn from your mentors, your lecturers lah, and use the networking not only between the students but also with your, like I said, tutors, lecturers. And because a lot of lecturers and tutors in this university are from the industry themselves lah, so senang lah kita nak connect. Yeah.
I usually would present this. I have this 3-4 piece. What I would advise to them. First of all, you need to find where your passion lies, because wherever you go, whether you have a mentor, you have good education or not, if you do not have the passion to do it, you probably won't go far. But if you have the passion, you enjoy what you're doing, you enjoy what you're learning, that's the first thing yang will help you. Second thing is practice, because you are only as good as how much you practice. Like Bruce Lee say, I don't fear a man who know 10,000 kicks, but I fear a man who practice one kick 10,000 times, right? And then there's always that saying, like a rule of the 10,000 hours of practice. You can imagine the more you do it, the more you get into the mastery. So you need to practice. Knowledge is not enough. You have to put that into practice. Third one, persevere, because no matter how good you are, life is not going to go the way you want to, right? There will be adversities, there will be hardship. So you need to be able to persevere. And lastly, know your purpose. Why you are doing what you're doing, then inshallah, success will come. Yeah.
It's back to MMU for the prominent alumni. Mazlan Muhammad Soid, FCM, MMU TV.
Welcome back to Alumni Vibes, and we are now on Facebook as well as YouTube, MMU Malaysia TV. And I hope all the audience are still staying with us from the very first until now, because we have such a very interesting topic that we are talking today, which is assistive technology powered by artificial intelligence. And I am accompanied by Professor Dr. Andrew Samraj, who came all the way from India and who is here to talk about us regarding this topic. And just now, before the break, we just finished talking about 2 areas of artificial intelligence based assistive technology, which is education and also recreation. And now we're going to move on into another area of this topic. So, Prof, how are you? Ready for
I'm
the
good.
next
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on with the next area that we are going to cover, which is clinical treatment. So how is
Yes.
artificial intelligence-based assistive technology in clinical treatment?
Actually, one time I met one lady teacher from a special school, and I was discussing with her about the equipments that I have produced for supporting physiotherapy. She said what the equipment will do for the students. I told her that it is going to help the students to do their physiotherapy in a right way. And not only that, it will tell the medical supporters, that means like caregivers or the doctor or the physiotherapist, about how many times the student has done this physiotherapy and how far they do it correctly. That kind of records will be given to them so that they can have more idea about the work that has been done, and also they can be able to take decisions based upon that. Then she said that is very important because sometimes the parents forget to do the physiotherapy for the children, and then they're coming again to complain that the students not showing any improvement, and this will keep a track of the physiotherapy so that the children will get very easily and also quickly to a normal position. So that kind of systems has been coming in the assistive technology with the help of artificial intelligence. Not only that, not only is the support of physiotherapy, but also in other treatments also. The other treatments need some kind of assistive devices for the patients to recover fast, not only in the exercise, but also small exercises that will help them to make the nerves working correctly. And also when the colorblind people, they are doing some kind of exercises, and also the squint type people, they want to do eye correction, they will be doing some kind of exercises. So we have some devices, assistive devices for them. So the artificial intelligence will keep track of all these exercises and all the times, how many times they went wrong, and especially at what is the position they went wrong and what is the incident in which they went wrong. Everything will be recorded, and based on that, the doctor will do an evaluation. Especially this devices makes it very easy for the doctors to do the decision making. Otherwise, the doctor has to spend minimum 20 to 40 minutes per patient in listening all these things, what they did and how they did. All this information the device will capture and send it to the doctor's mail or to his system so that the doctor can easily go through it and take a decision at a glance.
Definitely.
So this is an example.
Yeah, definitely, Prof. Because in clinical treatment, we definitely need this kind of assistive technology based artificial intelligence because we need to help the disabled person, and having this data from the artificial intelligence would definitely help them to make the job easier and help them to diagnose the patient properly. Yeah, very. I agree with you, Prof. And we have a question from a student here, Nanda Kumar. You raise your hand.
Hello, Professor. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Nandakumar.
I had a question.
Yeah, what is your question?
Which artificial intelligence based assistive technology do we have in Malaysia and India?
The artificial, yes, can you repeat, please?
Which artificial intelligence based assistive technology do we have in Malaysia and India?
Oh, in Malaysia and India. Okay, so there is many, especially children with speaking disabilities. The children with speaking disabilities are given some kind of exercises to speak, like making sound, the verbal sounds, sound from the tongue and from inside, from the throat, from the stomach, everything. There is a lot of exercise for them. And we have seen a system that helps them in this kind of exercises as an assistive technology system, in which the artificial intelligence work to quantify the sounds with the decibels as well as where the student performing correctly and where he's performing better and where he is having some trouble. So this helps the therapists and also the experts to identify what kind of treatment the children has to be given and where is the surgery has to be taken place, and all those decision making. This works as a decision support system. Just like, you know, that because we are having a lot of algorithms in artificial intelligence, in those days in expert system, there is no need of much algorithms. Just we put everything, we dump on a computer and like a Wikipedia. So it will refer to any kind of matching and then it gives the answer. But that answer may not be accurate, but it will be having a lot of knowledge. Whereas the new systems are following some kind of adoption like algorithms, where we have weights and we have bias based calculations. So that kind of learning system has been brought in. So the system automatically learns from experience. The system automatically learns from more number of samples. And as the number of samples started increasing, the system also gets more efficient. It also grows in its efficiency. So further, it takes some kind of decisions very accurate, just like human beings. And one what I have seen in Malaysia as well as in India is like image processing for mammograms. You know, the mammogram is taken for finding out breast cancers and other problems. So that kind of translation of the images into decision-making images. That kind of research is also going on. There is a lot of artificial intelligence being involved in making the decision-making.
I see. I hope you answer your question, Nanda Kumar. Because right now there's a lot of research going on regarding artificial intelligence, and they are still keep on doing it, and slowly it's going to help with the clinical treatment definitely in the future. So now, Prof, let's move on to another interesting area, which is rehab engineering. So let's watch a video from Prof. Andrew on a type of product he developed specifically for rehab engineering. So let's go and watch it.
Welcome. Now I'm going to show you an example or a demonstration of a device that is from rehabilitation engineering. We have designed this device out of many research, and we have implemented this on many people, and we have found it very interesting and very successful. And I'll be showing about it. And this is about a hand glove, and it is associated with the app from the mobile phone. So we'll install the app in the mobile phone, and it will be connected through the Bluetooth with the hand glove, and I'm now going to show the examples of the operations. First, this is the hand glove is being worn on the hand, and we have a small micro display on it. You can see this display here. It's not switched on yet. Switch on. Now once it is switched on, it is now ready. Okay, do you know why this is ready? Why we are having this setup? Even though the hand glove is a device, it works on some security principles, because we are going to use this not only for rehabilitation. Later we will be using this for secure authentication for the patients or the disabled, those who are going to use this. Let us say, for example, we need to open a door of the house. If somebody is having this glove, can open the door at any point of time if this is not installed. So we have installed a system through which we have a pin code. The pin also, it is not switched on, or the input is not given on a conventional way using a keypad or anything. We will be having a mechanism which the disabled people can operate on it. This is the switches we have on the embedded on the hand glove. So using the switches, we can give the input to the system first to authenticate this hand glove. Once the hand glove is opened using a pin number which only the person who operates it knows that, and then once it is operated, then it is automatically connected with the app, and then they can use the app for calling someone, for calling assistance, and also to open the door of the house. Anything can be operated only after entering the pin. Now we will show the demonstration. Okay, can you see the numbers that are displayed here frequently? Now see 3 and 4, 5. It starts from 1 to 9 and also 0 based on some small intervals. Okay, so what the person has to do is he need to touch some switches during the perfect number is displayed. Let us say, for example, the pin code is 4321. So he has to press first when the 4 is displayed, and when the 3 is displayed, and the 2 is displayed, and the 1 is displayed. Then the whole system will come into operation. Once if it is come into operation, then the other application can start. Okay, let us see how it is opening. Once the correct pin number is touched, then the system is now ready for operation. Once if it is ready, then it will be connected with the Bluetooth, with the app, through the Bluetooth with this app. This is the app what we created for assistive purposes. One more time.
I need first aid. I need first aid. Take diversion. Emergency. I need food.
So these are the options on the first side. So this is the device to open a closed door or to close the open door. So this is the relay what we have designed, and instead of showing it to the door, we will show you now how this hand glove is operating the door. Can you see the flickering? Okay, so I'm showing you with this only with the relay because I'm not showing you with the door, but it is designed for the door. The same time, this circuit can be attached to many other devices, not only to the door, but also to the devices, so this system is being designed not only for the door. That's the reason why I'm showing you as a relay to you. This can be attached to a fan or a light or a television or whatever it may be. So based on the hand glove switches, the person who is operating it can operate many other devices. So that is the reason why we designed this. And the same thing out of rehabilitation engineering. The same example, if you take this out of the rehabilitation engineering, we will be using this for many other purposes like cyborg developments and also for military purposes. There are many projects going on, and these are the works of the hand glove, and in which we are incorporating the artificial intelligence by means of machine learning algorithms.
Wow, Prof, that is a very interesting product that you have developed. I hope that once the pandemic over, you should bring that product to Malaysia and show it to us at MMU Malaysia, at MMU, so that we
Definitely,
can
I'll bring
really
it
see it.
with me. Yeah,
You are
definitely.
definitely all right. It's a promise then. You have to come to Malaysia by then, and you have to bring that product. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, I'll bring it. Yes.
Okay, and it seems like during the video was played, it caught the interest of one of our students. Jiale, you want to ask a question to Prof? You raise your hand.
Yeah, Jala.
Hi, Prof. So,
Yeah, please ask.
Prof, you are suggesting that in order to help disabled people to work and get jobs, we can implement special technology for them.
Exactly what you said is correct. Yeah. So we are creating some kind of help, some avenues, some supportive mechanism for the disabled people to work in the normal areas, like just like others. So this is known as rehabilitation engineering. So we have to give them a life, a new life with their difficulties, by overcoming the difficulties with the support mechanism that what we are providing. So that is known as rehabilitation engineering. So just now, as you see in the video, it is in the laboratory level. So that's the reason why it's very big. But when it comes to industry level or the market level, it will be shrink to a small band or patch like that, and it will be more comfortable, more easy to operate. So it will be perfect also. So there is a lot of research going on even in India as well as in Malaysia. And a person with the speaking disabilities, he is also wheelchair bound, and he goes to his shop daily. And IIT Madras has produced some devices like this. And what it will do is he can able to touch something. So he's a small area of panel is automatically generated by the system. Or sometimes when he raises his hand, automatically some kind of interaction which is already pre-recorded is started playing, so that he interacts with the customers through that kind of supportive system. So there are a lot of systems in rehabilitation engineering, not only limited to hand glove, and there is so many, and you can learn through it. And I actually wish all the MMU students, those who are studying IT or electronics, to go through this kind of areas to produce more rehabilitation-oriented systems for the benefit of everyone.
Definitely. For, as mentioned by Prof, students who are studying in information technology, it is very important for you guys to develop the knowledge so that we can produce something for our people, the rehab engineering, something that can be used for the benefit of our people. Thank you very much, Prof, for sharing that product. And as I mentioned just now, you have to come to Malaysia and bring that product to show to us, okay?
Yes, surely I'll bring it to you.
All right. Okay, so let's go on to another area of this topic, which is under manufacturing. All right, so Prof, let's go. How is assistive technology for manufacturing?
Recently, we have developed a system. When I explain the system, you can understand how a small system that help in the industry. Airline industry, you know, it's very big, and every airline has its own meal for the passengers. There are so many delicious meals for the first class passengers and business class as well as for economic class. And even some budget airlines are selling food, okay? That is that. And when we categorize the food, not only in the business class or economic class, but also we categorize the food in some kind of halal food or kosher food or vegetarian meal, non-vegetarian meal, and so many varieties of classifications are there. Child meal, fruit meal, everything is there. So when the same thing applies to a big conference or a big event like exhibitions that is happening in some countries that invites all the nations to put up a stalls there, and so many people will be there, especially Olympic Games and so many events that involve mass production of food and classification. We have developed a system to do the classification automatically by seeing it. So it's very difficult for a person to stand there. So suppose even in the epidemic period, I heard that a person in China is supplied with a halal meal during his hospitalization. I was very happy to know that. So the value of their ethics, the people's beliefs are respected, and that is what very important. That is one part. The other part is, suppose we supply a meal which is allergic to a person, then it will give a lot of complication for the person, right? Some people having allergic to nuts. So if they eat that, they get some allergy. So we need to be very careful in delivering the food to the right person, for which we need to install a mechanism. Some people having some disabilities in vision or in the color vision, it is very difficult for them to classify the food when the people are working in the sorting of the food in the kitchen. So we have developed a system that is also a wearable system, that is also an assistive technology system, runs with some algorithms, depends on the machine learning processes. So while seeing the food, by showing the hand or by showing the camera food, the system on the backside decides what type of food is that and where it has to go. So that kind of system is being developed, and it is being used in the laboratory. So similar to that, there are many systems helping the disabled people, challenged people to work in the industry by augmenting their ability to work along with others, those who are having fitness and those who are having the expertise. So this kind of system will help them. This is more suitable for the Industry 4.0. You know the concept of Industry 4.0. It is not only automation, it's beyond automation. It's automatically checking and automatically rectifying, automatically changing its capacity. Let's say, for example, if suppose a system has to produce a plate which is having 3 holes in it, 100 plates it has to produce. After the 100 plates, the system has to design itself or modify itself or change itself to produce 3 holes on a plate. Instead of 1 hole, 3 hole, or instead of 3 hole, it has to change after another 100, it has to change to 4 holes. We need not to intervene, we need not to stop the system, and the system has to do it automatically by counting all those things. So this is Industry 4.0. So this kind of assistive technology augmented with artificial intelligence systems are more suitable for Industry 4.0. That is the ideal industry revolution that is being expected and that is started coming in.
That is correct, sir. Because definitely the Industry 4.0 is coming, and I think some countries already have come. So having this artificial intelligence and assistive technology in the country collaborated together in the manufacturing side, definitely going to develop more and more things that is suitable for the people and certain people that really, really need the help. And just like you mentioned just now. Now, it seems that one of your student from India, he's very eager to ask you a question. So Raghupati, you may ask the questions.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yes,
sir. It is expensive to build an own artificial intelligence-based assistive technology.
Very good question. Very, very interesting question as well. Because, we are thinking that it is very expensive to create such systems. But what I can tell you is it is expensive in terms of hard work, in terms of innovation, but it is not expensive in terms of money. So whoever is having interest, whoever is actually having a dedication, or whoever is having a passion to develop some systems on the day-to-day life they are facing, the problems that has been identified in their marketplace or in their living place, is very, very interesting, and you can produce it at cheaper rate. And there is also a competition living in between the researchers. That is, the same system can be created or fabricated with a less cost, but more efficient and more reliable materials. So that is also there. So it is not always costly, and there are a lot of measures has been taken to bring the systems into a cheaper, and so that it can be available for everyone. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you, Raghupati, for the question. So for all the students who are interested, or people who are watching, the audience who are watching this right now, alumni right now, like what Prof have mentioned, it is not expensive on getting the material, but it's expensive on your hard work. So if you really have the interest, you have to pay a lot of price in hard work, in research, in understanding the problems of everyday life in order to produce this item for these people. So thank you very much, Prof, and thank you, Ragupati, for the questions. And Prof, it seems that we are a little bit running out of time, so we need to get on a little bit quick on the coverage for the next area, that is
Yes.
transportation. All right. So how about
All right.
assistive technology for transportation, Prof?
Okay, when you see my slide, you can see the recent incident that happened in Suez Canal. The Evergreen has stopped the transport of Suez Canal, and it has been on news worldwide, you know. So there are so many predictions, there are so many discussions went on, whether has been purposely done or whether it has been accidentally done, so many things. But I'm not worried about all those things, but especially that involve a lot of money, that you know that, right? So it costs a lot of money by blocking the transport. So where there are some systems to assist the sailors, the captain of the ship, are suggested. So similarly, we have a lot of logistics system. You know that our Malacca Straits, it's a heavy traffic, right? If anybody crossed Malacca Straits and went to Sumatra Island for any purpose, know that, because we can see the ships going on one direction, the ships coming in the other direction. So the transportation, not only on the ships, but also on train, air traffic, and also bus transports, goods vehicle transport, so everything is there that involve a lot of logistics. The logistics need to be planned in an efficient way by finding fastest routes, easy routes, alternative routes, and if what happened, what is the decision has to be taken if anything happened, what is the remedy for the delay in the schedule. Everything is supported by artificial intelligence. And
Very true.
also, there are
Prof,
some systems like your simulations. Yes.
yeah, Prof. Yeah,
Yes, Aida.
I agree that the transportation really do need the artificial intelligence to help them arrange the logistic on where they are going and etc. But before that, we have a question from one of our students again. I think that
I am ready,
Jali is very, very into the topic today. So Jali, you have a question for Prof?
Yes, hi, Prof. So
Yes, Jelly.
what degree or skills do we need in order to build or create AI-based assistive technology for transportation?
Very good. So basically, I want to tell you, students and those who are listening to it, area, selecting a domain, have the domain knowledge first. You should know the domain so that you can understand the problem more clearly, more efficiently. So once you have that, the other side is the system knowledge. You need to be familiarize yourself with all kind of basic artificial intelligence algorithms, and also the techniques that we are following to clear a problem, that means solve a problem. So we should learn something on the other side also. But whereas on the embedded system side, it is not much difficult, because nowadays we are getting a lot of equipments, a lot of prefabricated ICs. So many things are available now. In those days, we need to do a lot of programming, but now it has been made to shrink to a small IC. So it is very easy to do that. So what I suggest you is, learn the basics of machine learning and artificial intelligence, neural networks, that area, and also the domain knowledge. So once you have the domain knowledge, you can able to connect these two and solve the problems.
Yeah, listen to Prof very much for who are listening right now and who are watching there, especially for students who are still inside this show from the very first until now. As Prof mentioned, if you really want to build AI, artificial intelligence, you definitely need to have the basic of machine learning and artificial intelligence before you actually go and do the product, because the product and the materials is easy to get, but then you need to have the knowledge first. Having the knowledge is very, very important. So Prof, let's move on to the final area of today's coverage. This is going to be very interesting because it is very far from all of us, including myself. All right, I'm not really into it, but knowing that artificial intelligence based assistant technology can be used in this industry is really quite interesting. So that area will be military. So what about it, Prof?
Actually, when people are thinking about military, they immediately think about the equipment, the war, and so many other things. But I'm much worried about the human lives behind that. So you know that we are in, an accident happens somewhere, but whereas in the military we are expecting an accident to happen, right? So there will be a lot of bloodshed, there will be a lot of fatalities, there are a lot of emergency situations, so many things, and the value of the life of the soldier is very important for us. So I'm thinking in that direction. So I'm trying to solve some problems that happens in between saving a life of a soldier during the wartime, and also crucial communication between the soldiers, that is very important. Let us say, for example, there is a captain and then his subordinates in a deployment in an area of the war field. So they need to do a communication, a proper communication. If improper communication may risk the life of the soldiers at any point of time. So there should be some implicit communications to reach people in right time, in the right way. So just now you have seen a video on the rehabilitation engineering, right? So that is indoor usage. That device can be used for indoor usage. But if we do some modifications, if you do some alterations to the same device, it can be used in the military as well. Military is already using so much of artificial intelligence based algorithms to do the vehicle maintenance, movements, transforming the battlefield or translating the battlefield to its notations. So many things are happening, but whereas the assistive technology comes in the part of saving the life of the soldiers, and also to do a communication between the doctors and the person, the soldier who is wounded or the soldier who becomes unconscious. So when some point of time, when a person is taken in the ambulance, he cannot talk to the people and he cannot say what happened to him and what he feels. So for which we have developed a system, just like the sign language systems, just we call it as a gesture-based system. The gesture-based system interprets the gesture of the soldier into words which the doctor can understand. So this kind of systems are available. So that is one big use in the military.
Ah, I see. So it's gonna help the soldiers having the life of soldier
Yes, Ida.
in a quick manner to actually save the soldier. Okay, very interesting, Prof. I can see we have a question from a student named Hazwan, but he's very shy to actually raise his hand. So he actually sent me the question personally to me. So the question is, he wants to know, what are the challenges in using artificial intelligence based assistive technology in military, and any legal or ethical challenge to it?
Yeah, very, very deep, sensible question. There are some difficulties. I won't say that there is no difficulties. There are some difficulties. You know, the experts has to be, as I told you already, the expert, once a person become an expert, he has to know the domain much. But in military, it is not very easy to get information. You know that, right? So it's all kept as a secrets. So it is very difficult to go to that level. But we have some systems through which we can get permission to do that. Ethical research is possible, and it takes some time. That is the thing. It is the route is not very straightforward. It's a little bit complicated route, but we need to get some permissions to access to the data. Once we can get the access, it's possible to develop a lot of assistive technology system for the military. We have a AMC, Army Medical Corps, for especially dealing with the medical support to the Army. So there are a lot of hospitals, a lot of doctors, well-educated doctors who are interested in this kind of systems, are in supportive modes. We can get the help of them.
I see. So in military, as mentioned by Prof, it means that in order to enter it, it's very hard, but we need to know how to enter it in an ethical way, because military, as Prof mentioned, is very secretive. Even I mean, we don't know what is happening inside there. So in order to get the information, we have to be in an ethical manner. And yes, it is very challenging. So thank you, Hazwan, for your questions. And Prof, we are almost at the end of our session, but before we end, let us go for a quick break by watching this video of our antenna endowment campaign by video by Young Beacon of Hope.
Hello, Pemata Dunia, our gems of the world. I'm Professor Wong Eng Kiong, the Vice President of Student Experience, Entrepreneurship and Development at the university, or simply known as VPC in short. As we all know, education has become a privileged opportunity day by day. Many are ambitious and wish to acquire education at world-class providers such as Multimedia University. Yet, not all can afford to do so. In MMU, many of our students came from B40 families. They struggle to continue their education, even with many who have come forward to donate and contribute due to the challenging times like the pandemic COVID-19 that we experience now. The number of underprivileged keep growing. We need to support these aspiring young leaders. We need to help to guarantee that education is not only for the privileged. We need to help so that education is sustained in our country. Therefore, I would like to urge all alumni to commit to a campaign of donating 10 ringgit a month or 120 ringgit a year. This amount to only about 33 cents a day. These 33 cents may not mean much to some of us, but this could secure a better future for many of the students in need. We thank the alumni who have made the contributions thus far, and we hope you will continue doing so. We also hope that you could spread the word and encourage fellow alumni to do their parts in helping out with their juniors. Keep sharing our promotions on our website and social media. Follow Permata Dunia Facebook and Instagram for daily updates on alumni, MMU hopes and aspiration. Each day has become a challenge for us and we expect greater challenges in the future. I personally hope that alumni could become MMU pillar of support in many years to come. Other than contributing to 10 ringgit per month, alumni can also come forward to participate in development of the university, in helping to design the curriculum, to become industry advisors and so on. And this will help to build the university to greater height. The university thank you to those who have supported us and welcome those who have just joined in our mission. Thank you and wish you all the best.
Once, I had a dream, where life was as I imagined. No storm to forecast. For a moment I could feel free like everyone else. But then, reality hits you hard, and you realize, life is not that fair after all. Some of us are unlucky, having to face the loss of a loved one, falling into the pit of financial abyss, or struggle to feel competent. As you're left wandering on your own, a help comes along to lift you up. A help that makes you a better person. An opportunist. A help that becomes your beacon of hope.
Assalamualaikum and welcome back everyone to Alumni Vibe Talk. And today we have been discussing a lot regarding assistive technology powered by artificial intelligence. It has been such a very adventurous discussion from the very first till the very end. We have covered 7 areas today together with Prof. Andrew Samrush. He has covered about education, recreation, clinical treatment, rehab engineering, manufacturing, transportation, and just now he mentioned he just covered military. And we have know a lot that in different kind of area there is artificial intelligence based assistive technology. So thank you very much, Prof, for your time to actually share with us with all
Welcome.
this knowledge. Because definitely, if I were alone here, I definitely doesn't know anything about this. But you have given us so much today. So again, thank you very much. And to wrap up, we have to wrap up the session because we already come to the end, Prof. And it's quite sad actually because I want to know more, but it seems that we have to wrap up right now. But before we do that, I would like to ask you a question. All right, is that would you recommend a student to study assistive technology, and what are your tips if you want to pursue this area of study? And to all who are watching right now, I hope you guys listen because this is very important. Okay, so Prof, please.
Okay. So definitely, I'll recommend students to go to study artificial intelligence because there is worldwide, especially in the United States, there are a lot of universities are offering postgraduate programs in artificial intelligence as well as with assistive technology. So the assistive technology has a very wide and very good potential in the future days. So it is recommended to take up the course. And also I will say that there is a lot of good things about assistive technology because you are helping someone and you are making a smile on someone's face that is not there for a long time or maybe from the beginning of their birth. So it is very important to think in that direction also. So if you are really interested to do something for the human community, then you can take up with this artificial intelligence. And also I want you to equip yourself with a lot of domain knowledge, study extra, and you can equip yourself towards assistive technology.
Thank you, Prof, for the tips. Again, it's like Prof mentioned before this is that doing the artificial intelligence is not it's not that expensive, but your hard work to learn the knowledge about artificial intelligence and machine learning, everything that is the expensive part. So if you really are interested in that area, please use what you have learned from Prof regarding the tips and get yourself into artificial intelligence if you really want to learn about it. So thank you very much, Prof, for the tips. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're
And
welcome.
we are down to the last question. Oh my God, I really don't want the session to end, but I have to. Okay, and I hope the students are enjoying also because I can see they have been taking notes, even though I cannot see, but I can see they are moving hands, are taking the notes about what we have discussed today. And yeah, the question is, you have been a part of MMU before. You have come to MMU, you have studied at MMU. So as a Permata Dunia, Gems of the World, what is your advice to the current student in Multimedia University as well as the future students of Multimedia University?
Actually, when you ask this question, I'm really, I can feel the joy inside my heart. That's really, I'm thinking about my old days in MMU campus because, it provided me a lot. I can say a lot of facilities, a lot of encouragements, a lot of support, a lot of friendship. And we have experienced a lot of availability of resources there. So I can say two things to the students those who are studying at MMU at present. One is MMU is having everything, so make use of it to the extent that you can. So whenever you study your subjects, I can advise you to study a bit extra. Make use of the library facilities over and study something extra so that you can later, you may not know whether it is going to help you or not at present, but definitely during your research projects or doing your career, it will be aiding you in support. It will be linked somewhere else to your profession, make it more attractive, more elegant than others. So that is very important. Second one is, don't just stick on to the books. Don't just stick on to the internet. Just go there out into the fields. Do touch something. So we call it as hands-on equipment, hands-on experience. So in multimedia in university, similarly we have in Mahendra Engineering College, we have a system called Ep3. In Ep3, we are giving 360 hours of hands-on training to the students, those who are joining in our college. So we'll send them out just like our industrial training, but this is more specific on a particular training. So it's a hands-on training. So that is very important. So students, you can do it by yourself. Taking it up, do something, experience yourself, and make yourself an expert.
Thank you very much,
That's
Prof.
all I do.
Thank you very much for the tips, because right now I feel so encouraged, okay, talking to an alumni of MMU who has been an alumni study, and I'm really grateful that you have a very good time at MMU before. And to the audience who are watching, just like Prof has mentioned just now, there are the two things that you need to remember is that study extra, do not confine to yourself to what you have only studied right now. Go extra, go beyond what you have learned. And also another one is do not just stick to the books and to the internet. I know we are in the house right now. I know we have to stay in the house because of the pandemic, but it doesn't mean that you cannot go out. You can go out, explore, and meet people, talk to them about. Make yourself to learn something new every day. So thank you very much, Prof, for the tips, and I hope everyone who's watching right now can actually use it and
Welcome.
implement it into themselves in everyday life. And yeah, we have come to the end of our session, Prof. Oh my God, we already ended. Let's just recap on what we have talked about today. Is that we have talked about assistive technology powered by artificial intelligence, and we have talked about how this artificial intelligence can be used in different areas such as education, recreation, clinical treatment, rehab, engineering, manufacturing, transportation, and as well military. So again, Prof, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you. And to all the students who are here today, thank you very much for your time. And I'm very happy actually that we have students not only from Malaysia, but also from India who has given their time to actually be here to talk with us. So again, Professor Dr. Andrew Samraj, thank you very much for joining us at Alumni Vibe. And to the student, Kozishan, Muhammad Hazan Arif, Eng Diala, Nanda Kumar, and Raghupati, thank you very much for joining us also on Alumni Vibe. With that, we end our session of Assistive Technology powered by Artificial Intelligence, which you can watch it again on Facebook and also YouTube of MMU Malaysia TV. So thank you very much. Goodbye and Assalamualaikum.